This happened, I think it was like the 15th or the 16th of January. Musk wrote on X or Twitter, I am uncomfortable growing Tesla to be a leader in AI and robotics without having about 25% voting control. Enough to be influential, but not so much that I can't be overturned. Unless that is the case, I would prefer to build products outside of Tesla. So that's what he tweeted in
what
kind
the
of
heck?
the middle of January. And to give some context, Musk currently owns about 13% of Tesla, which is a stake worth about $77 billion. Of course, he used to own a much larger percentage of Tesla, but he's done kind of a couple of sales recently, the biggest being about, how much it was, about $40 billion, I think, he sold in stock to fund the Twitter acquisition. I think the Twitter acquisition was like $44 billion or something like that. So I think I read an article.
He did sell a few different chunks at a few different times that were quite sizable, but I don't actually know how much it totaled. But yeah, he did sell to some of his stake to try and help him acquire that Twitter.
Yeah.
The Twitter platform. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember he had like the biggest tax bill ever or something. Like it was like a $16 billion tax bill or something from his compensation package, I think, that he received. So I think he sold a bunch of stock to pay for that compensation package as well. So he did used to own a much larger percentage of the company. He now owns about 13%. But his tweet kind of seems to suggest that he wants to have 25% of the company, which would give him another 12%, or in market cap, that's another $72 billion.
Yeah, interesting.
And
interesting. I wonder, is there some way he can do it by like making a different class of share that's like not worth very much but has a lot of voting rights or something? I don't really know how this kind of stuff works, but I'm sure I don't know, because it's just, hey guys, I've got good reason, but I'm just going to give myself some more shares.
Yeah. Brandon, you're too smart. You jumped the gun and
okay, sorry. We'll get to that later.
We will talk about dual class shares, but I just thought it was so funny because, like he says in the tweet, prefer to build products outside of Tesla, which kind of implies give me $70 billion. Or I'm
leaving.
Or I'm gonna make products elsewhere. Or you don't have my full attention, which I just thought was like a very funny tweet.
72 billion or I walk.
Yeah, I just received a $50 billion compensation pack, the biggest in history, which he's getting sued over as well. But no, give me another $70 billion. 70 billion. Why not?
It's not enough. I worked so hard for this company. I need another 70 billion.
So why 25%? Why that specific amount? Basically, he said in his tweets that he wants to limit the risk of a takeover. So currently, if there was a takeover bid that happened and the shareholders of Tesla voted on it, Musk would need 38% of Tesla shareholders to side with him to prevent it, right? So 38% or 39% plus his 12% would get you over the 50% mark. With 25% ownership, of course, only about 25 or 25.01 would need to side with him. Or in Musk's words, in his tweet, with 25%, it would take twice as many shareholders voting against him than for him to allow a takeover. So that's essentially his rationale. Is he wants Tesla to be in a situation where a takeover is pretty hard, but still possible, and only possible if double as many shareholders were against him than for him. 50 against and then 25 kind of in favor.
Right. Okay.
So how would Tesla even do
Makes
this?
sense.
Well, they would issue obviously a bunch of new shares and just give them to Musk. That's kind of one way they could go about it, so that he has 25% of the total pool. The problem with that, of course, is that usually when a company issues new shares, at least the company gets something in exchange, right? They get, usually the shareholders have a smaller percentage of the company because there's more shares, but they get new capital to inject into the company. This would just be shareholders basically becoming a smaller owner in exchange for Musk's promise of his full attention, which is kind of a funny deal. It's like, if you want me to invest all my knowledge and my skills of AI into this company and not elsewhere, give me $80 billion. I need $80 billion.
Come on, Elon.
So anyway, as you kind of alluded to, this story is funny, but it's not entirely, that's not the whole story. He probably isn't really asking for $80 billion from shareholders. The tweet specifically says 25% voting control. So it's obviously possible for a founder or a CEO to have a larger voting control than ownership through dual class shares, which is kind of what you mentioned. So Meta, for example, has two classes of shares. They have the classic shares, and then they have Zuckerberg's special shares, where he gets his special
The
class
fairy
B
dust shares.
Yeah, exactly. That have 10 votes per share. So he has, only 14% ownership of Meta, but 60% voting power. And his next tweet actually just really confirmed this. He said, "I would be fine with a dual class voting structure to achieve this, but I'm told it's impossible to achieve post IPO in Delaware, which is where the company is incorporated." So it does seem to, which is kind of funny because obviously he's aware that he would probably prefer just to take the voting power and not reduce everyone else's ownership and actually give himself $80 billion in value, basically. But he's also kind of saying he doesn't think it's possible. So I'm not really sure what to think of this thread because on one hand,
what's he gonna do?
Yeah, if he just wants voting control, I kind of get that. And if shareholders want to give him just voting power, I get that. But to give him another $80 billion of value after he just sold $40 billion to fund some other, fun thing that he's doing on the side, which was Twitter, seems kind of insane.
Yeah, no chance. Come on, no chance. Surely there's no world where he just gets gifted 80 odd or $72 billion. Surely.
Yeah.
Because what would have to happen? He would have to put this to the shareholders.
Yeah.
Surely he can't just do it.
No. There would have to be a majority vote.
He'd have to put it to the shareholders. There'd have to be a vote. And then if there's some sort of majority, he would get the 70 billion.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Which is, and it's just for his full attention. He's saying he wants to work on AI and robotics, and he's obviously got the choice between doing it as intellectual property in Tesla or doing it with other companies because he runs other companies. Which I just think is just a really funny thing for a CEO to say. Nah, I'm going to take another 80 billion, or I'm just going to, put in 30%
I'm just trying to think, if he can't just do the B-class kind of share system, what is there any world where this possibly works, where he commits himself, he writes in a contract that he will reinvest the 72 billion straight back into Tesla or something like that?
And then I don't know how that works though, because he's not injecting any money. He's just gaining a share. So the contract would basically be he promises to use all his brain power on AI in Tesla, which
no, but I'm thinking is there some world, I don't know, but is there some world where he can get gifted this $72 billion and then he pledges to put all of that money that he receives personally into the growth and development of Tesla in some way?
Yeah, but he's not receiving anything. He's just it's just, I guess, but it's not like he's actually putting any cash in the business. He's just
that's true.
He's just taking a share of ownership away from the other shareholders, basically. So there's no, he could of course then sell those shares and then put the money in the company. But
then he sold the shares.
But then he sold the shares, which defeats what he's trying to achieve, which is he wants to own a large share. So. Yeah.
So it
is just such a weird...
There is no way around it.
No, unless he can do the dual class listing, which he said maybe not. But I just thought that was a hilarious side story. Somehow I just didn't see this, but I saw someone react to it on YouTube, and I just thought it was really funny that he's just
that's bizarre.
I'll take another 80 billion, thanks.
Yeah, and I don't see because he couldn't draw the equivalent cash from somewhere else and put it in to account for. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that would work, but I would not be voting for that as a shareholder.
I doubt if that gets put to the shareholders, there's any chance that passes. That is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there you go. Good one, Elon.
Well done.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's no shortage of Elon saying insane stuff on Twitter. So, yeah. Thought it was pretty funny.
Hey. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe I just need to take new money public. Hey guys, by the way, I I need more voting rights. So
Yeah, you sell-
more shares.
That's so true. Yeah. Sell 90% of the company to people and then say you won't make videos unless they give it back. What are they going to do?
Oh,
there's
that's
no
classic.
new money without
Yeah,
the
but-
host. So.
Got him. Got him.
Actually, I'm going to need
That's so
50%
bizarre.
control back. But I'm not giving you money
sorry,
back.
everyone. Jeez. All right. Good luck to you, Elon. I hope it works out for you.